these rappers these days, they're just rapping about nonsense, man. It makes me sick to my stomach. But here's the testimony to back it up. Basically a story how it came with God. Yeah, here we go. Growing up in the secular world was relevant. The church as a weapon in the regular man is astrology. Walking in the congregation, don't get me started. These priests blessing like the yeast, like something rising from a sun in the east. The symbols of the speed. The spiritual elite in men's and robes, hoping for peace. Remember that time in 5th grade, even my grandma spinning in her grave. Family begging for grace, I guess a cigarette smoke was too much haze for them to see that fateful day. Looking away, the funeral was the toughest of days. Crying as the casket was lowered, grandma entered an unknown world. Peaceful, graceful, merciful, eternal. Mind was raking in a whole bunch of circles. The family tradition never made the purpose, made things not worth it. Underserving love from everybody, maybe play the victim, yes, go to church, she's the system with one incident that made me suspicious. One day during track that made me slightly malicious. A friend said they were atheists, but I had some secular intentions and they ran with it. Looking confused, needed to find life, needed to find something I could trust in this life. All grew up on campus, still relevant. Alright, the student as the weapon and the professors as drills are just walking in the campus ministry, getting me started. These friends every day between, these friends every day between, suffering like the Son of God did for me on September 27, 2017. Ever since the day, God has helped me walk more His way, not idolizing what the secular caffeine drinking world has to say, not idolizing what they gotta say. I'm gonna thank God on the mic right now because He gave me this opportunity. It doesn't matter what anybody says, because God's got my back. It doesn't matter what you say or how you agree, but I love you guys. God's got my back on this. Yeah, I was on the campus a few weeks from being saved. A group of Mormons approached me and joined, wasn't ashamed of the way they said things I could relate. In the instance felt great, they were leading me to something not religious. All of a sudden, like the one kid, they had different intentions. Talking about this name to Joseph Smith, who wrote a 3rd Testament. Apparently the dude had some religious intentions and ran with it. Yeah. Used to be a pastor, saw a vision of Christ, and then after that he wrote a book filled with lies. I almost felt different than what I grew up with, felt nothing but formality and sinfulness. With this from a group of Mormons, almost felt normal. Found out the hard way when I went to the service on a quiet Sunday morning, though the congregation was boastful. Ovals of circles, toxic Dr. Noble, didn't feel soulful to the situation. Not talking to Sabbath when I took a vacation to a better destination. Walked out of there thinking I was in a different nation. I got the 3rd Testament and ripped it in half. Too weak to actually rip it in half, but the strength that God gave me to do that, I eventually threw it in the trash. Yeah. Too stray away from the saddest of days, the days of grandmas and the graves, the days of thinking that the congregation wasn't my face, and not for faith in these things. Changed the very next day, woke up and already felt a sense of change. My spiritual life needed to be arranged. Go out a better God that day. I love God so much, I can't thank Him enough for this day.